Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Relic 3 replay spawn. Top right side as the Blue Empire, we have Ideal Blue. Perfect, he's blue and his name is Ideally Blue, so perfect. Spawn on bottom left side as the orange player, we have E1A2. We have, looks like a handful of Dojo cores being deployed on out. We've got Boogie advancing forward. The Dojo core could run him over. Over here, one Dojo core has been deployed out, and do have a Dojo core here with an Imperial Warrior advancing forward. Over here, we do actually have a... Wait, that's a U.S. Allied combat engineer, not U.S. Too much heroes. But either way, we do have a handful of peacekeepers, engineers deployed out second after the dog. So we do actually have quite a bit of aggression being deployed out by Orange. Got some shotguns hitting the Dojo core here. And it looks like the Empire player has secured up the oil deck. Does get a full cash rebate or cash refund for that engineer. Instant Dojo's now receiving some fire. Nothing being deployed out, so the U.S. I keep on saying U.S. Allied engineer will capture the oil derrick, and looks like the Empire managed to claim the other oil derrick as well. So far it is just pure profit for the Empire player, barring the cost of Dojo cores. We also got an open wall segment here. I'm not sure why there is one. It does throw up some walls and additional walls. And you have Imperial Warriors now engaging the Javelin troops. These Javelin troops are unsupported, and the dog does go down to the Imperial Warriors. One of the javelins do get shot up. The one is stunned by the dog. Peacekeepers are withdrawing. There's a lot of peacekeepers in this region. Blue's making his withdrawal down south. We've got a burst drone on top of the Prospector. That wall segment has been rebuilt, so we've got a bunch of corner pieces. And now we do got a spit of sell off there, cancel on that wall segment, and the Imperial Warriors making their way back up north. We still have got an instant Dojo here. This oil derrick still claimed by the Allies. But it'll take a bit of time to get a profit from it, while both oil derricks have been profit for the Empire player. So overall, the Empire player is in a good position. We got a wave of peacekeepers advancing forward. We got a handful of... It was alt space, right? Oh, I'm hitting cap locks, not the shifts. I don't know why I was hitting cap locks and not the shift spell to get the health bars up. We do got the instant Dojo being instantly destroyed. And not exactly instantly, there's a horrible pun there. We got two elite peacekeepers in that region, and the Imperial Warriors will take a bit of time to put the oil derrick. They should be successful, however, and the peacekeepers will be successful as well to destroy the oil derrick. Vindicator coming up forward. Great bomb splitters identified the wounded target and threw two bombs on the high health target as well, killing off two of them. That bit of kills there. He maybe will save the oil derrick, though there's nothing coming up here to save it. So we got more Imperial Warriors, and they will quickly destroy off the oil derrick now. Peacekeepers advancing forward. They do spot Striker VXs on the ground. They could transform. They will do pathetic damage versus the Peacekeepers, but they will at least be immune to shotguns, even though shotguns are pretty useful at shooting air targets. It's called skeet shooting and trap shooting. Oh! Now got the Imperial Warriors charging on forward, but that won't accomplish all too much. And holy crap, that was a lot of good kills there. And I don't know why, it seemed like the Imperial Warriors got a lot of slices in. But either way, the Tsunami got some great crushes there. All the Imperial Warriors do go down, and all the Peacekeepers have now gone down. We do got a Vindicator now flying about. We do have the two Apollos and escort as well. One Jet Tango is not as great versus those targets, but they do have a good number of Striker VX support. Apollos will get gunned down one of the Jet Tangus. And both Vindicators have fallen back. The wounded one will withdraw to get much needed healing. Now we've got some Chopper VXs up in the air with some Jet Tangus support. Apollos are flying about, getting some good reconnaissance. Tsunami Tank is still out on the ground. And Vindicator's coming in for a bombing run. Oh, I thought I heard just some of the jet tankers get shot down by the Apollos. Very nice. Now we've got a refinery core. He does spot the fresh refinery. He may bomb it. One Apollo does go down. Vindicator's still coming for a bombing run there. Don't know what he killed off. I think it was some Mecha Tengus. By the way, we do got good damage from both sides, to say the least. We do have now multi-gunner IFE deployed on out. Over here, we've got the tsunami tank making its way onto land. You may hear my drink opening on up. More wall segments being deployed. Very nice. And we do got an instant. Oh, there's actually a hole there. Let's use a crowd shot there. It's way off center, and the ore collector will avoid even being chilled. One of the wall segments does get frozen, but that's a very, very small gain from that. Motor gunner IFE is advancing forward, trying to gauge the Jet Tengu or Mecha Tengus. Striker VXs on the ground, of course, cannot shoot at ground targets. Maybe a bit more important to get down these wall segments. We've got a nice point defense drone, big transform there. Both sides setting on up. Vindicators advancing forward. And now we do have the Jet Tankers engaging the Apollos. One of the Apollos does go down there. But we do got some great damage from the multi-gun IVs. A reverse moving, getting some great damage down the Chopper VX. The Chopper VX is trying to get in front of the multi-gunner IVs in order to prevent them from being fired up. A great reverse move there by multi-gunner IFEs. Now we've got the Jet Tankers engaging the Prospector as well as the Chopper VXs onto the armor facility. Both of the Chopper VXs lands to Striker VXs and does not focus on the wounded Mecha Tengu. He could transfer. Oh, he does get the kill there. Both of the Striker VXs go down to the Apollos or Vindicators. When the Vindicators do go down, both Vindicators go down. Heroic Jet Tengu goes down. Multiple Jet Tengus being shot out of the sky. We do have a pair of Apollos in pursuit. The Jet Tengus do transform into the Mecha Tengus. And we do have a Gel Troop on the field, but that won't really accomplish all too much. Those Apollos going to stay up in the air in order to prevent them from being shot on the deck. Vindicator comes in for he's definitely trying to micro the bombs, trying to split his bombs, but he needed level 3 on that wounded one either way. War Collector will go down, at least by the honorable discharge. We got an expansion here, and expansion out at sea as well. We do have a multi-gunner IFE, and the burst drone still on top of this Prospector. Very nice. We got a Defender VX here, unusual thing to see, but he wants to get some static anti-aircraft, and it will be very useful in case of Peacekeepers advance forward as well, since they can switch into its twin gun mode, which will give it pretty good anti-infantry effect. And Peacekeepers, we all know Peacekeepers are very common. We got a crowd shot there, unsuccessful. I did that in just in order to stop his opponent from advancing, not necessarily to do damage, just simply to stall. Armor facility is almost at full health. Hopefully that is a Guardian tank awaiting deployment. Yep, a Guardian tank awaiting deployment. And we'll see quite a bit of fire there. We've got a handful of Javelin troops here, another multi-gunner IFE. We've got some tank busters in the mix as well. We'll be able to get some good damage in. Laser lock being cast, laser lock is a horrible idea at this moment in time. And those of the tsunami tanks are advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in. The armor facility is going on down. We do got another Guardian tank deployed on out. Both Guardian tanks are still up and going. This Guardian tank is charging forward, trying to get some crushes, getting some good crushes there. All the tank busters are down. This Guardian tank is still alive. This Guardian tank has gone down. This one is severely wounded. Maybe we'll try to crush the Peacekeepers at the current rate, or Imperial Warriors. Structure yard receiving quite a bit of fire. We do got a single multi-gunner IFE, not loaded up with anything, pushing its way forward. And now the construction yard is receiving quite a bit of fire. Does transform it there, does spoil a multi-gunner IFE. That's a good static defense there. We do got some tank busters now in the mix as well. MCP has packed it up. He's getting into a nearby repair location. Tsunami Tank is one shot away from death. He needs to retarget to it manually, but he's not. And the MCV does go down. Great Bomb there runs onto the tank busters there. Apollo does land there as well. Got mostly. Oh, fired some rounds on the deck. But either way, we do have a seaport still on the field, so he does have access to rebuild his MCV. Javelin Troop does take out the... Oh, there's actually an engineer there. I'm not sure why there was an engineer there. Maybe that was supposed to be loaded up in that motor gunner IV that charged forward. Vindicator's coming on in. Oh, he did not have enough bombs. He needs to sell off the power plant to get out the Peacekeeper. The Peacekeeper does get the kill. Wasn't a sell-off, but either way, got the Peacekeeper out to destroy the Tsunami Tank. Calvin Troop does get some good damage there. We got these jet tankers trying to camp the deck. That's completely... There is still one Apollo there, but the Apollo will get quickly outgunned. We got a Javelin Troop on the ground, but does get cleaned up by the Mecha Tengu. Cross-Sector's getting some much-needed repairs. It's actually sitting at the command post there. Here comes the Javelin Troop, trying to gun down the Apollo on the deck. Not really being successful. Does get a good kill there. If he tried to transform with his jet Tengus and Mecha Tengus, the Vindicators just fly up and bomb them. He cannot land. The Javelin Troops are getting some great damage to the ground. He needs to get the... There's the Apollos going on up. Great point defense drone there. They're severely winning though. Javelin Troops are getting ground up one by one. You have this ore refiner going on down. Apollo flies about, does receive quite a bit of fire. That's a Riptide, not an MCV. And Cryo Blast now being pulled on out. And sells off the ore refinery. Does get a Peacekeeper out. The Peacekeeper needs to push on forward to start shattering these forces. He's not shattering it. That one does get cleaned on up. This one was still not being tasked properly. Riptide has been pulled out. Will slowly gun down these forces. Vindicator's coming on in. Does avoid the bombing run there. Another Chopper VX should be able to get some good damage in. The Apollo needs to rotate over and hit that Chopper VX. Riptide does stay alive, but barely. Oh, and the Carcass actually takes out the Riptide. Command Hub has been put out. Command Hub has been destroyed. Good bomb runs there on both of those Tsunami Tanks, taking them both out. I've got some more Tsunami Tanks, Imperial Warriors, and a Tank Buster advancing forward, trying to deal with the power plant. Great bomb runs there. Oh, there's actually two fully heroic Vindicators. Now the last other one is Elite as well. That is able to do successful bomb runs even against Tsunami Tanks. That veterancy is going to pay dividends. That burst drone's still there. All flying about, we do have a handful of Tsunami Tanks, and he should be able to pick off at least two of them. Not sure if the Elite one can pick off one on its own. If it doesn't have nano reflectors, it can. Nano reflectors, of course, does make them survive a bombing run. So we got a handful of infantry units there. You may want to get the Javelin Troop inside one of the motor gun turrets. I'm not sure how effective a missile Javelin motor gun turret is, but there's a lot of armor here. The very elite Air Force is still up in the air, coming for a bomb run. It's also maybe a bit overkill for all the veterancy, honestly. What if all that veterancy allows them to take a run at an ore collector? Ore collectors take 5 bombing runs from Vindicators, 3 bombs each. I wonder if that veterancy will give them reduce a bomb run. It was a little bit too close to this motor gun turret. Sells off. The Chopper VX is still chilled rather than being on the ground. The multi-car IVs when going out does take up the tank bus there. That was more slowing down. He actually threw some of his own infantry into there as well. Big bomb runs coming forward, getting some great damage there, but the point defense drone do protect him quite a bit. Got quite a bit of infantry here. Got Riptide here as well. MCV needs to get back out to sea to get towards that naval yard for repairs. Because right now there's just too many tank buses for that MCV to advance forward. Warfighting is pushing forward. Got a handful of Riptides advancing forward. Here comes a big bomber run there. I'm not sure if the extra efficiency allows them to get good splash damage or not. Riptides are slowly gunning down these forces. It does have a back line multi-gunner turret. The command hub's trying to be deployed on out. Does get a kill there on the tank busters, just leaving one remaining. These are good bombing runs there. Doesn't have time to bomb micro, and I think those guys will load up 1 or 2 bombs each, not even a full bombing run, which is actually fine, seeing he didn't have time to micro them up anyways. Chopper VX pushing way forward. Does have the heroic Apollo now engaging, guns down the Chopper VX, and knocks around the tank buster, forcing him into the gunfire of the 50 cals. Going for the tank busters first, very good micro there. Got more bomb runs onto the Striker VXs. Handful of Riptides are quite wounded. He may want to fall back with both of those to get healing up. The even more wounded one is elite, so get one more level of veterancy, he does become fully heroic. Command hub does allow him to deploy out that fresh refinery. And that burst drone still on top of there. If you compare the amount of ore collected on this each one, it could have done around 3,000 credits worth of damage so far. Not sure which one he deployed out first though. Does get a nice dodge there with the Chopper VX. He does fall back to the armor facility, very good. Even though they're built at the naval yard, these repair drones don't discriminate. Striker VXs advance course, so are the Chopper VXs. He needs to fall back. There's a bit too many Chopper VXs there. All does fall back as well. Bombing runs come on forward. Let's get 2 kills there, and thanks to the extra veterancy of his air forces, he's able to withstand extra damage there. We've got a Crowdcopter here trying to freeze down the one on the ground. Good bomb run on the other one that got transformed on the ground, and has to rely on the repairs of the airfield in order to stay alive. A little bit too much damage there to land. Does get a nice bombing run there. Thanks to extra veterancy, he's able to quickly pick off these guys. You got Imperial Warriors and Parasynum tanks advancing forward. MCV has mostly not been near the naval yard the entire time. Snom tanks trying to displace this naval yard. Of course, the construction yard does have heightened clearance, so we could simply see assault destroyers trying to freeze both these Snom tanks. Does shrink them down. Needs to freeze them, but the bomb runs will quickly kill them off either way. Not really actually getting proper freeze micro there. There we go. And now we got Imperial Warriors and more tank busters being deployed on out. We got another Defender Corps being deployed now, trying to make sure he has 80 aircraft forces to gauge the Chopper VXs, or the Crowdcopter, should say. Great Javelin troops there, trying to go for that heroic Apollo there, was unsuccessful. Does spot a Crowdcopter there, go down, and now he maybe just trying to camp the deck. Oh, he was not paying attention. Wait, there's Yuriko. I was not paying attention. I did not see the Yuriko. Sells off all this infrastructure right there. With the Yuriko there, he's going to quickly lose everything there. And Yuriko has a wall. He needs to sell off these wall segments. And he, oops, I can click the main map there. Takes out all of those Javelin troops there, thanks to Yuriko's psionic scream. That's why I said he needed to sell off those wall segments. He did not. And takes out the dog as well. Yuriko's not what I'm expecting. I was not paying attention. That's why he's trying to abandon deck. Sells off all this infrastructure there. There's too many jet tankers in this region. All of them quite veteran, though one does go down. And Yuriko is fully heroic. We got a fresh naval air base right here. Does spot, however, the prospector and quickly guns it down. Something blown out by the air seaport. Could be a assault destroyer. I don't know what will be useful right now. Aircraft carrier. That could be useful versus Yuriko. Let's take up the MCV as well. MCV's gone down. Naval Yard's gone down. EMP's himself. And that is going to be game. That Yuriko probably what made him win the game at that moment. Taking out the airfield and taking all those air forces. He needed that air force. That was his only way to stop the tide of chopper VXs, striker VXs, and the tsunami tanks. By the way, this is Andgrade saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay.